Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up. Travis Basford's here in the studio. Got all kind of good information coming from him. But first, let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Another comfortable day. Have we not had a really good week so far? High today 75, low 62. Water temperature at the end of the pier is up at a 63-degree mark, so we're getting close to 66. Let's take a look at our river reading brought to us by Panama City, Coca-Cola. Good folks down there. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown this morning. It's reading a 9.4. Good steady drop on the big river. Take a look at the Choctawhatchee Caryville. Again, now it's sort of level off. In fact, this morning it's perfectly level, 6.1. So Choctawhatchee is in good shape for this weekend fishing on the river. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We talked about it yesterday. Neat tides yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Got a little bit of good tides coming in Saturday, so be aware of that. A wind will be coming in south-southwest at about 15. Going to be blowing. We're going to take a break. Come right back with Officer Travis Basford. Okay, welcome back and welcome to a familiar face here. Comes on once a month with us. I always appreciate Officer Travis Basford coming on.
Good morning.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Listen, we got to see each other last Friday. I didn't get to talk to you very much at the ribbon cutting, but it was so nice of you to come. I appreciate you coming, and it was really nice.
No, it was a great event, and it was really cool to see, hear the speakers and then coach how far that program has come from just a little portable building, a few students, to having its own standalone facility, and then the influence that you've had not only on the youth here in Bay County, but all over the region, all over the state, with other schools wanting to do outdoor education now. It was really, really cool to see it, kind of see where it started. And you talked about that and had some of the students from your first class all the way to where it is now. So.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you for the comments and all. I appreciate that. It was special. It really is and always will be. So
yes, sir.
What we have is, like I said during my talk, it was built on the back of those amazing students and how they had this passion to learn, and they still do. Kids, young people want to learn about the outdoors, and they want to go outdoors, and that's the secret of the whole thing.
Right.
And you see that. You see that at different levels.
Yes, sir. And then, and you talked about this a little bit in your speech. It was just some kids, this is all the exposure they get. If they don't have a parent or a grandparent that introduces them to the outdoors, coach was the one to do it, and then they're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, and then that's their first exposure, and then some of them just latched on. And I can speak for myself. I mean, my dad really introduced me to the outdoors, and I'm forever thankful for that. But it kept me, and you can tell, kids when they get to that age, it can keep them out of a lot of trouble if they become passionate about something, healthy. And
your dad, Larry Basford, y'all know that, but he was there. Tell him I haven't seen him yet. Tell him I appreciate him coming by. And
yes,
it was a good crowd and all that. But speaking of, a passion for outdoors, moving on along, now your wife Nicole loves outdoors.
She does.
And so let's show this picture right here. Okay, what we got? Tell us, this is a great picture.
I want to brag on her a little bit. She did a great job and was fortunate enough, blessed enough to harvest a really nice bucket up on our place back in January. And it was one of those things where we were in the stand literally probably about 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh no.
and he came out. It was an afternoon hunt. It was really cold and just one of those things that were meant to be. And she's at the point now in her hunting career, I didn't even pick up binoculars or anything. She was able to judge the deer, get on him, and made a really good shot and was able to harvest him. So
I think about her, two of you, and she didn't grow up doing a lot of outdoor hunting and all. I know they fish and stuff like that, but
yes, sir.
when she learned the love of hunting and all really with you, and once y'all got together as a grown lady, she fell in love with. She loved to hunt. That's cool.
She's passionate.
And that's what I want to say. At any stage of your life, you can, I don't care what age you are, you can get outdoors and start doing things, and it's a lot of fun.
Exactly, and sometimes all it takes is someone to introduce you to it. And anyway, she did a great job, so just want to brag on her. That was 9-point, I believe, is
9 points
is what he was.
Who processes your deer?
We go to different places.
Okay.
Yeah, we've tried a lot of them, and then some of it we'll do ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so.
If you have time.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to have the time to do it. For
I
sure.
know your 2 kids keeping them busy too, aren't they?
We are. Yeah, we're both Bella's in softball, Wyatt's in baseball. We're both coaching on both their teams, so it's
They're working full time.
Busy season, yes, sir.
But time will fly by, so enjoy every night at the ballpark. It's a lot of fun.
Sir.
Okay, we'll talk about FWC doing all kind of community things and helping out. I know y'all are really good about going to these elementary schools, and at the same morning we had the ribbon cutting. They had a little community event at Southport, so tell us about that. I know some of y'all went.
Yes, sir, and Southport has their career day, and this is some pictures here from actually Breakfast Point. We have Southport as well.
Oh, Breakfast Point was doing it too, okay.
Right, out on the beach, and this is Nicole as well, working here. This was K through 5. We had our public information coordinator, Faith Flawn, out there as well, and they got to speak to students about what we do as FWC officers, and then we always bring some outreach items to talk about the animals that we get to protect every day. So that was a really good event at Breakfast Point, and we had Panama City Beach Fire Rescue out there as well.
Oh, good.
And then this one here is Officer Matt Gore with some students at Southport. This was their career day, and Keelan Alsabrooks, who was also there at your ceremony. There's Keelan there with some kids.
Right.
You can see they kind of crowd around. If we bring a baby alligator or something like that,
they love holding on that gator, don't they?
They do.
It's not, parents ask the kids when they get home, "What you do at school today, honey?" "Oh, I held an alligator." So you don't hear that every day. They said, "What?"
Yep, and that might be the only opportunity they get to do that. So
that's cool.
Just a thing we like to do, get out in the community, kind of show them what we do, and then show them that being in the outdoors is fun, and show them about some of the animals we get to protect.
And Matt Gore right here, that's Matt. He was at Mosley Outdoor Ed alumni, and I saw him the next day, and he didn't get to make it. He wanted to come to ribbon cutting, but he was an Outdoor Ed alumni. He was a K-9 officer for a long time, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was K-9 for about 8 years here in the region.
And Keelan's Outdoor Ed alumni right there. So
yep,
and he was there. So cool stuff. Okay, so
yes, sir.
But anyway, Matt's on patrol now, right? Is that what he's doing, sort of?
He is, yes, sir. So what happened, he did K-9 for about 8 years, and
Okay.
eventually his dog got to where he had to retire his dog once the dogs get a certain age. So,
I know, and they get attached, don't they?
Oh, yeah, well,
you get that.
The good thing is he get to keep the dog. So
Oh, he did?
Retired, yeah, once he get retired, he gets
I'm glad to hear
the dog
that.
there as the dog gets older. So Kane was his K-9, and they did a lot of good across the region, really.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. You showed some pictures.
Yeah, he's helped me out on cases, night hunting cases, things like that. And our dogs, they help out with man tracking.
Yeah.
They can find a gun. They can find certain fish and wildlife that are hidden and concealed. And Matt did a great job with that program.
That's awesome. Let's take a quick break and come right back. Okay, here we go. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. We appreciate your viewership. We're about to hit March, and all kind of exciting things are going on. And one of the exciting things about to go on is the speckled trout. Tell us about that, Travis.
It is. So just want to remind everybody it's going to be reopening for harvest starting March 1st in our Western Panhandle region. You know, it closes for the month of February because they're susceptible to overharvest. But just in a couple days here, we're going to be reopening in March. Bag limit's the same, 3 fish, slot limit 15 to 19 inches, and you can have 1 fish over 19.
Okay,
So
remember that now, 15 to 19.
We just want to remind everybody, because I know a lot of people up at Deer Point Dam, up in the creeks, they've been targeting them, so just a few more days and you can start keeping your fish again if you want to. So it's exciting there for the trout fishermen, because we got people come down from Alabama that come fish.
They really do. They come big time.
I always see them up there at Burnt Mill and Crooked Creek, especially.
Yeah, you see, look at the truck tags at that landing at Crooked Creek, and about 9 out of 10 from Alabama.
Yep, they love to come down here and fish. So remind everybody there on trout, and then really exciting time of year. We've got spring turkey coming up, and going to be opening March 16th, runs through April 21st. They changed this a few years ago. Season bag limit's 2, but you can actually kill 2 in one day if you wanted to kill everything for your whole season. But what happened starting in fall of 2022 and last year, so 2023 was the first spring gobbler season where we had to do the harvest reporting system for wild turkeys.
Right.
And we want to encourage everyone, that's required this year. It's the same way you log and harvest report your deer. You do the same thing with wild turkeys. The easiest way, I always tell everybody, is on the app, or you can go online if you wish to, or if you have bad phone service, you can do a paper log and then call the number. That's all online. Go to myfwc.com, click on hunting, and then you can go on turkey hunting. But another thing me and Coach were talking about during the break is some cool data that was, it's all on our website, but the reason they do the deer harvest reporting, the reason they do the turkey harvest reporting is to improve the management of that particular animal. And we were talking about, and this is all online, but the total harvest report last season, so the fall and spring combined for turkeys in the state, how many do you think were reported in?
I was thinking, I wouldn't think, when he told me I was Florida, I had no idea we had this many harvests. I thought it was a couple of thousand, whatever.
Right.
600 in this area.
Yeah, and this is all online. You can go look at it. It's pretty cool. They've got some graphs and stuff, but it was 11,590 turkeys were reported.
I bet none of y'all guessed that right, okay? And that's a great thing about this harvest report. I know some of y'all get aggravated, all that. That's okay. Just get over it and just do it, okay? Because the data here is so important to set up the season and limits. And, who knows? We might get to shoot 10 turkeys one day. You never know.
Right. I mean, you look at what in Holmes County, for years you weren't able to, and now they're trying to bring that back. But yeah, so that's what was reported. And, people come from all over the United States, all over the world sometimes to get an Osceola turkey here in Florida. And we don't have Osceolas here in the Panhandle, but most of the rest of the state have them. You start to get east and south, and we just want to make sure that we're and this helps with the documentation of actually what's being come out. So, our biologists, they work with NWTF, and they do a great job on managing this.
They really do. They do the burns, and the National Wild Turkey Federation, the money, the dues you pay and all, and the banquets we have, a lot of that money goes to habitat management, and this is one of the results.
Right, and so pretty cool there. One thing I want to remind everybody, we talked about this with waterfowl season. We also do it at FWC for turkey. They have a youth spring turkey hunt weekend, and that's the weekend before regular season opens. So regular one's going to open on March 16th. The youth season is going to be March 9th and 10th, and that's for youth, under 15, 15 years or under, and they need to have a supervising adult that's at least 18 years or older. And they're allowed to hunt on, private land.
I've been asked this question, Travis. Does the adult with them need a license, a turkey license? I know an older person does, like a granddad taking grandkids and all that.
Right.
But does the adult have it?
So, yeah, that's a good question, and that comes up. So
I don't know.
Normally, say you have a 12, 13-year-old kid out there and say dad or grandpa or mom or whoever's out there. So if they're setting up the blind, the decoys, and calling, they need to have their hunting license turkey stamp because they're participating in the take, even though it's a youth weekend. That's what we recommend doing. And most of the people that do that, say dad's taking their child hunting, they're going to go anyway. Yeah. So to have that license requirement. So that's a good question because that comes up.
And listen, you don't necessarily have to take somebody in the family or take the kid down the street. Take them out. Give them some safety rules and all that, and let them do it.
Absolutely, yeah. Introduce them to the outdoors, and another thing too. Just remind everybody, just like on the youth waterfowl, it's for the kids, so they need to be the one that's actually pulling the trigger, harvesting the bird. We just want to remind.
Surely I've never run across anything like that.
Believe it or not, we've had people out there, and there's no child or anybody under 15. It's just two adults out there hunting on the youth weekends.
Well, they're right. There might be no youth with them, but their brain is the youth if they're out there by themselves during youth weekend.
yeah. So that's where we're there to make sure people are following the rules. So so we're looking forward to a great spring turkey season. Remind everybody to use your harvest reporting for your turkeys, and that data is really cool. If you want to go online and look at it, there's some other stats there. One more real quick, the county with the most reported harvest was Osceola County down south, and they reported 790 birds.
Okay, that's 700 in that county. I'm going to go online and look at that. That's going to be interesting.
Pretty interesting just to look at, what all's being taken out. So
that's cool. And that's on private land and management land, or is that just?
Yes, it includes it all.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is that all you have on that, or?
No, we've got some more, and we've got some other fishing stuff coming up too with pompano, Spanish mackerel, everything. I'm sure you're getting ready for that with pompano.
Yes, we are. I've been really talking about Spanish to start off with because third fog in March, before the old timers go by. So it's not quite March, so we're a little bit early. But I look at this water temperature up to 63 this morning. So
it's pretty
when it
warm
hits 66, that's warm. It's earlier. That February.
Right.
You're right. It is warm.
Yeah, normally.
And I know you like to fish a good bit too when you get a chance.
We get a chance. I mean, especially bring the kids out there for Spanish, and we've also done some stuff for pompanos. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting time of year.
And I tell people, taking kids Spanish mackerel fishing when they're running is a lot of fun.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're constant action and all.
We usually try to time your field trip. Usually sometime in the spring, don't you, on the pier where
We do.
they get a chance to.
We do. In fact, we need to get together because we've been going later, like in May and really April. We need to go early April where the Spanish are still running. They'll have a better chance of catching the fish.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, May you have the kings, but for everybody to get in, the Spanish are usually easier to get.
So be making your plans for that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take our final break. We've got some cases of the month, some interesting cases. So we'll take a final break. I'll be right back with Travis. Okay, welcome back. First, I want to look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. Our time this morning, 1:28 to 3:28, but this afternoon, 1:48 to 3:48. Be a good time to be on the water and catch that big trout, but you got to release it until March the 1st, and maybe keep them at 15 to 19 inches. Okay, you got things, anything else or you want to?
One more thing just on the turkey, just want to remind everyone, so at FWC we're just trying to do everything we can to improve the resource, and that comes from all the Fish and Wildlife. But another cool fact I just wanted to share was that FWC has conducted a spring survey of turkey hunters since 1989.
Wow.
I know we're just very recent with the harvest reporting, which is going to improve that data collection even more, but that's a long time. They've been trying to invest in the resource and just get the best numbers they can to put the best management
That's about
practices in place.
almost 35 years they've been doing that survey and all. That's really good. That's really good.
Yep, long time.
We've handled the turkey population well. All right, we have some pictures here on some of your cases, and a lot of them concerning what?
Night hunting, and I know normally we focus on just one or two cases, but this time I just wanted to recognize a bunch of officers that worked really hard during the month of February. And
we're going to show you the weapons, okay, that have been confiscated.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we got up first?
Let's see, let me get it set up here.
Okay.
I marvel each time it comes on about, how do people keep doing this? I mean, why don't just hunt, have a regular hunt?
Yeah,
okay, here we go, the first picture.
For sure. So this is one here, Officer Hank Forehand, he's assigned to Jackson County. These were 4 people night hunting. You see they have shotguns and rifles, spotlights, all tools of the trade there for people doing that stuff at night. Just want to tell, and recognize Officer Hank Forehand for a job well done there.
Good job, Hank.
Those guys, and these are just some of the evidence photos that were seized for these cases.
Now, do y'all keep the guns, right?
So we keep the guns until, as the case goes to trial.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them they apply for forfeiture for the firearms, and then some of them are returned at the end of the case.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that depends on how many times they violated and things like that.
Yeah, repeat offenders.
And then some people aren't allowed to possess firearms at all, depending on their criminal history. So that would kind of play into it as well.
All right, this is the next picture. This is another case, right? A different case.
Yep, this is another one here, and this is one of those high-powered air rifles you can see, and a couple spotlights. This was Officer Bryce Gerber and Officer Jason Lipford. They're both assigned to Gulf County. They also work up in Calhoun, and great case by those guys right there.
And you look at these lights, they're really strong now. They're not like the old spotlights, but when you see these, you know about what they're doing. And what's in the plastic bag there?
I think that's some of the rounds there, I believe.
The rounds, okay. Wow.
Yep, so good job by Jason and Bryce over there. They work Gulf and Calhoun a lot.
Let me ask you this. Do they use silencers now? The term now is suppressors, but the old rifle silencers on the end of the barrel. Do they do that?
In answer to your question, yes. Some people do use those. There's regulations on those, including some federal regulations if you're going to get that legally. But yeah, some people do use those.
Okay, we've got another case here.
This is Lieutenant Steve Wicker and Officer Keelan Alsobrooks.
Yeah.
They made this case here, and you can see they got, looks like a couple rifles and I think some night vision there and a spotlight. They're assigned to Bay County, but we're working a little north in some of our inland counties when they made that case.
Oh. These are all different cases.
So this is all just month of February. These guys working out there, and And in some of these cases, that's what I tell people all the time. It takes a special individual to be an FWC officer, because sometimes they're out there 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's cold, it's rainy, it's wet, whatever, and they're out there trying to protect the resource and catch these people and hold them accountable. So great job by those guys there as well.
And we talk about us as fellow outdoorsmen and fellow citizens about, if you see something or hear something, say something, call them. If you hear a shot at 2 o'clock in the morning, I mean, they're not chasing a rabbit. You know what they're doing. So call them and they'll come out. That's awesome. And here's another case.
Yep, this is another one. And these last two, some of the same guys, but Eric Fowler, Johnny Touchton, they work up in like Washington Holmes area.
Yeah.
And really good. This one here in particular, after an interview, the guy admitted to shooting into a group of does with his pistol.
With his pistol? He's shooting at does at night?
Yep, shooting at does at night with a pistol. So another thing right there, just catching the guys, holding them accountable. Good job by those guys. And then their lieutenants, 2 lieutenants up there, Ben Allen and Warren Walsingham, were involved.
Good
as well.
job, guys. As a teacher, I can't get over this. That would be kind of, not students sitting in the back row, that'd be kind of student that never comes to class to end up doing something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it just floors me every time. All right, what about this
I think
one?
it's the last one here. And you see different, you see shotguns, you see high-powered rifles. It's like an assault rifle style.
Wow.
You see the air rifles, pistols. So they're using all kinds of different things. This was, again, Eric Fowler, Johnny Touchton, and their Lieutenant Warren Walsingham, Ben Allen, and also want to recognize Lieutenant Todd Tolbert helping out on that one as well. So just a great job, like I say, being out there protecting the resource. And it's dangerous what we do too. So just want to recognize these officers for their hard work.
We have cases we'll go over, but where bad things happen, and we got to realize we've got to help out. I mean, you see somebody shining in the field, you got to say something. We got to help them out. This is crazy. All those different cases and all.
Right.
Okay, here's the final picture we have. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, and this is just Officer Bryce Gerber here. He's just doing some paperwork on the tailgate, just kind of show you what the scene looks like. And it's usually, like I say, it's midnight or after sometimes, it's cold, and it's dangerous what they do, because you're coming up to a vehicle and they've got these guns. You saw that one. They had 2 rifles and 2 shotguns, and you're conducting a traffic stop out there and, in a remote area. So it's dangerous what these guys do. We just wanted to, like I say, congratulate them and recognize them for their hard work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you all very much. We got about a minute left, but again, all these cases are recent cases all throughout the Panhandle.
Yep, all right here, kind of in our area, and all in the month of February. And these guys,
all these in the month of February.
All just in February. So you kind of see the scale of what really goes on. And like Coach said, and we've talked about, we put the number up there, Wildlife Alert. Please call us. And some of these cases, like I said, it's when we hear something from a citizen and they report it to us, and then we're able to work that information. So we just want to encourage everyone, continue to call Wildlife Alert, continue to let us know so we can go out there and hold these people accountable, because they're taking away the resource from the people that are trying to do it legally.
Yeah, we talked about that. So, well, Travis, we covered a lot today, and that's some really good information about trout season, about helping enforce the night hunting, and good stuff there. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Enjoy it as always.
And again, thanks for coming. That's Friday. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and,
sir.
Y'all support Fish and Wildlife. They do good things for us. Y'all do something good today for someone else. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.